passing situations. Here it's 2nd and long. They send him into the pattern. Williams going deep for Clark, and Clark makes the catch for a first down at the 25-yard line. He ran past Perry Williams and
by Doug Williams
from the 25-yard line. Their first running play, good hole for Smith, and he exploits it, gets down to the 17-yard line, stopped there by the safety Kenny Hill.
And it's Andy heading for Lawrence Taylor.
Timmy Smith, a first down, and to the 10, but he fumbles out of bounds. So Washington still has possession at the 10-yard line, and Smith picking up right where he left off in the Super Bowl.
Pass rush.
3rd and 8 with Clark to the left and Monk to the right. McEwen goes in motion. Williams on a short roll, looking back the other way for Gary Clark, and no, he's out of bounds. He was out of the end zone as he'd gotten behind Perry Williams. And for Gary Clark, it's his 3rd career game in the stadium. In each of his prior 2, he caught 11 passes.
By Doug Williams running away from the play and then back on his heels all the way across the field in perfect position. Doug Williams is having to make some throws tonight from awkward positions, and as you can see, the first foot clearly out of bounds. But
man to kick a field goal for Washington in their last 27 games over 2.5 years, and the rookie is successful. Redskins 3 and the Giants nothing. And George Adams is the Giants' 3rd down back. He stands next to Sims in the shotgun. 3rd and 6. Pressure is on. And Sims has to get rid of it, and that's grounding as the flag goes down. Marcus Cook came flying through, and Sims, instead of eating it, tried to throw it away. And no, sir, says Dick Jorgensen.
Well, now they have to kick from their end zone.
Landetta, whose first kick was only 37, 6 under last year's average. And this one is not a thing of beauty either, as it bounds out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A poor kick, and a flag is down back at the 10-yard line.
And the Giants better hope this is against Washington, because some kind of field position for the Skins here. 2 poor punts by Landetta.
Already leading 3-0, and the call is against Washington.
If that's before the kick, that'll be an automatic first down if it's before the kick.
And back live on first down, Timmy Smith for the Redskins as they start from near midfield, and his run taking the ball down to the 26-yard line as the Redskins are moving again. And they're looking much like the same team. 21-yard gain for Smith on the end around.
Oh, look out.
Has blocking inside the 20 and tripped up at the 15-yard line, and he has a first down. So that goes in motion. They have 3 wide receivers in there. Williams stumbles as he goes back, throws, caught at the 8 by Craig McEwen. He was a replacement player last year. He was in camp, cut. During the strike, he came back, then they kept him, and he's the man taking Clint Didier's spot. Clark in motion and bring him back the other way. Williams throwing incomplete, nearly picked off out of Bryant's hands and in and out of Kennard's hands as well.
6 points, they're going to be fortunate.
25-yard field goal attempt by Lohmiller is good out of McEwen's hold. So the Redskins settle for 3 more. 5:57 to play in the first quarter. 6-0 Redskins.
If we could bring you the natural sound of that.
Gouveia well noted for hits like that. Sims to the air, gets pressured, throws on the run, and it's caught out at the 40-yard line by Lionel Manuel. Clock is down to 5 as he resets the alignment. It's down to 2 as they get the playoff, and Morris over the left side gets out to the 44-yard line, picking up about 4. And Wilbur Marshall, number 58, gets credit for his first tackle as a Redskin. 3rd and 4. Sims, pressured by Mann, steps away, lost it for Bavaro, and Bavaro is stopped at the 46-yard line by Monty Coleman for no gain.
And that time by Nelson. Bavaro then late released and made the reception.
And the first play of the second quarter is a sack on 3rd down and 12. Sims gets buried on a blitz by Darrell Green, number 28. Real poor, 37, 30, and 27 from the end zone. Not a good one here, but he may get a bounce, and he does. As it bounces out of bounds at the 47-yard lines, and 47, he gets booed again as he departs after a 36-yard kick. 5 Pacific next Monday. Williams again protected well and hits Timmy Smith. And what a difference the way the Redskins are not only protecting Williams, but opening the holes for Timmy Smith and the job the Giants are doing on the other side tonight.
Offense against New York's defense.
Here is Smith inside the 40, and he's close to a first down. The Super Bowl squad intact with a couple of minor changes. Timmy Smith to the 35. He has the first down, and interestingly here too, Dan, is the fact that not only do the Redskins have a very potent offensive line, but again, let's go back to the top of the show. The Schrader trade, they're going to get another great lineman, Jim Lachey.
And a thinking blitz. They like to blitz on 2nd and long.
2nd and 9 from the 34-yard line. But this time they only send 3, and that opens up the middle for Kelvin Bryant. As he takes it to the 30-yard line, he's about 4 yards shy of the first down.
It also exacts some punishment out of a defensive team that always shows up in the second half when you're playing the Redskins.
3rd and a long 3 from the 29. Williams, and open down the far side is Sanders for the touchdown. Ricky Sanders, another of the record setters in the Super Bowl when he caught 9, including an 80-yarder, and Washington makes it 12-0 on a 29-yard pass from Williams to Sanders, because it's been all Washington.
Again, this was not the intended receiver for Williams. He looked downfield, and it shows the vision he has, the peripheral vision. He picked up instantly when the receiver came open. Easy touchdown for the Skins.
It's recovered by Washington to begin with. 3rd down and 1 from the 10, so really there wouldn't have been a change of possession. McEwen can't make the catch. Williams wants a call for a late hit. He can't believe he doesn't get one.
Big pressure by Banks. Giants needed that desperately.
As he was able to pin them deep, and now we'll see if the Giants can get the ball back in decent shape. Cox with a bad kick. There's a marker down. It is down at the 35-yard line, but a flag is down. And Cox unhappy with a snap, and they've really been having problems with their snaps.
Those flags where they fell usually indicates a receiver downfield early, and there it is.
Yeah, manual in motion. Sims, good protection this time. And he throws to the 30-yard line to Bavaro for a gain of about 5. A reminder that right before the second half kickoff, stay tuned for a special sneak preview of what promises to be one of the most remarkable achievements in television history. A preview look, a sneak preview look at War and Remembrance. 2nd and 5 with the ball at the 30-yard line. Moat in motion and now sets up in the slot on the left. Man gets upended. A flag is thrown. Bavaro makes the catch. Takes it to the 13-yard line.
Literally about 10 days
Illegal
ago.
Formation, number 84, offense. Went in motion, sat on the line of scrimmage, was outflanked by an eligible receiver.
So that was a screwed-up formation that time by New York.
2nd and 10. We've got another flag, and we've got Sims decked back at the 43-yard line, and a loose football, but no, says Jorgensen. No fumble, he says, but we do have a penalty.
Control was called.
Flag goes to the bench. Giants out of the shotgun. Skins send 4, but protect Sims well, and it's caught by Ingram, and Ingram should have moved forward. He didn't know where he was, and he kept moving forward. He would have had the first down. Instead, he's about 3 yards shy of it. Had he not turned back, Walton and Davis make the tackle. To the line, 4th and 1 from the 26-yard line. The fake to Morris. Sims throws over the middle. Knocked away at the 13-yard line by Todd Bowles, who hits Mark Bavaro. Bowles, the free safety, hit him as the ball got there, and Washington takes over on down.
Hardly any by Phil Sims. They were reading pass all the way. It fooled nobody.
Gutsy call, though. Look at the throw right to Bavaro, and look how well Bowles times it out. Not even challenging the main part of Bavaro's body, but going across the front of his body.
Giants from their own 32-yard line with Manuel in motion. Sims goes over the middle to Manuel. Green makes the tackle at the 38-yard line. Pickup of about 6. 13-0, and at the 38-yard line, 2 minutes to go in the half from the shotgun. Sims throws to Bavaro. He beat Coleman, and then Monty wrestles him down from behind at the 45-yard line. First down.
8 man in now for the Giants, number 83, Odessa Turner.
2nd and 10, over the middle again to the 32-yard line, and that time it's Mark Ingram, the wide receiver, who found an open spot. And that's a first down, and the clock continues to tick down. 1:24.
Here comes the corner blitz.
He steps up, throws for the corner, and it's caught at the 15-yard line by Manuel, who's taken down by Brian Davis.
And ended up with the play.
Personal foul, number 58, defense, blow to the face after the ball was dead. Half the distance, first down.
7 left in the half. Sims, flag thrown, man sacks him. We'll see about the flag. It's thrown at the 7.
You got to.
That's good coverage, all right.
Last year, in fact, the Giants led 16-0 at the half, lost 23-19, and as you can see, the Giants have not been shut out in the first half here in quite a while. There's the blocking back, number 44. And he'll block for Morris, but what a play by Dave Butts.
Oh, man.
What a face mask. Of all things, after the play by Butts breaking through the face mask.
And again, the Giants pull a guard in front of Dave Butts, thinking he can't catch a play. Well, I had the privilege of looking at a replay.
And Sims nearly gets sacked, and in fact, he was in the grasp and control of Olkowitz, number 52.
And Olkowitz timed that blitz beautifully.
Sims steps up, throws. Adams has it 6-yard line. It's going to be 4th and goal now. Wilburn makes the tackle, 18 seconds, and the Giants are going to send in the field goal unit. Raul Alegre, who had a very spotty preseason, and in fact his job in a little bit of jeopardy. They looked at McFadden, the former Eagle, this week. The Giants going to take a timeout. Alegre, who missed 2 from 38 and 47 in their final preseason game against Cleveland last week, has a chip shot here. And puts it through. So as the half ends, the Giants at least come away with 3 on their only impressive drive of the half as they march down deep into Redskin territory. And at halftime at the Meadowlands, it's Washington 13 and the Giants 3. And we'll be back at Giant Stadium after this from your local station. The 24-yard line.
And it ain't good when there's a minus in front of one of your numbers on your halftime stats to be in a football game with numbers like that, and somehow the Giants have done it.
Only down by 10. Smith. Timmy takes it out to the 30-yard line. Terry Kennard.
That offensive line of theirs is really functioning. Look at the blowout.
2nd and 4. And Timmy Smith comes up a little short of the first down. There in the backfield in the short yardage situation. Williams throws for Bryant, and his forward progress will net him a first down. They push him all the way back, but he'd gotten out to the 36-yard line. He's pushed back by Andy Hedden. First down, Washington. 2nd and 7 from the 39-yard line. And Smith breaks it for a first down, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
That might be another face mask with that flag coming in like that.
But there's a 5th-round draft pick of Bobby Beathard's running that football for
left hand.
5-yard face mask foul. Defense, 5 yards from the end of the run. First down.
When he hears that all-out blitz called in the huddle.
3rd and 10 from the 40. Look out to the backside. The ball is loose. It is intercepted by George Martin, and that would figure. George Martin, who's played more games than any Giant in history.
That's the first interception Martin has not returned for a touchdown.
Talked about so many times before in the right place.
Some of the things you lose in a play. Now watch Williams. He'll even try to make it look like a pass, even though he gets crunched.
Field goal. It was their only decent drive of the first half. And Sims has to throw it away, and that's a sack. He was in the grasp at the 34-yard line of Charles Mann. Down 21. Redskins send 4, going deep. And a little bit underthrown because Manuel was moving down the sideline with Brian Davis covering and then had to come back for it.
Being done today.
3rd and 4 from the 31. Williams pressured that time and incomplete. Looking for Gary Clark, Manley and Taylor. And Manley is here tonight and Taylor is not. Bad kick off Cox's foot. And it's down at the 47, and that was a bad snap by Mike Scully, and they've had faces the sideline. He's not in there now. First down from the 48-yard line as Phil Simms retreats and throws over the middle for Joe Morris for a gain of 5, and deep downfield a flag.
Acted guilty. Don't, if it's not on you, Todd, don't give it the old who me.
2nd and 10. Simms, and he finds Morris, and Morris breaks a couple of tackles and adds 10 more down to the 22-yard line.
On the offensive running game, and he just puts his head down and he becomes the biggest man on the field right here.
What was Dustin Hoffman's movie, Little Big Man? I think this is an excellent example right here. Look at the balance and the power and the low body lean, keeping those.
10 from the 22. Simms, flag is thrown. He hits Ingram for a first down at the 7. A marker is down, and Manley is in a scrap back at the 35. Manley and William Roberts. The takedown. Damian Johnson is right there. A two-pointer.
I think William Roberts was going to be the guy that was flagged for holding Dexter Manley to begin with. Dexter took a hard upfield rush, and it looked like Roberts dragged him to the ground. And look out, George Adams and Wilbur Marshall exchanging phone numbers.
Adams wants a piece of his paycheck. And the umpire took a shot as well that time, Ron Farris.
2 personal fouls on the defense, 72 and 66. Holding and a personal foul on the offense. All penalties offset. Will replay at the previous spot.
Watch the sequence once again. This was after the hold had been called. Manley just kept coming at Roberts, and in reaches over, gets him by the face mask, and they get into it there. The flag is already down at this point, and Jorgensen caught it right on the beak.
I think William Roberts got him with a right. You could see Dick Jorgensen's hat fly off.
Yeah, it's 3rd down and 10 from the 22. And so back we come once we started. And Simms running for a first down inside the 10 and out of bounds. And Manley, who was on the Redskins bench. Manuel goes in motion. Morris has a big hole and a touchdown.
Over Carl Nelson.
Behind
a big block by Moat.
And Carl Nelson, the guy that does make a block, goes into a pass protection mode.
10, Joe Morris had been stymied to this point. In from the 9.
A great call by the Giants, going on the draw and the delay. Joe Morris, that's the most daylight this guy's seen since training camp, and he converts it into a touchdown.
When it's at home and the crowd really gets into it. A din at Giant Stadium on 3rd and 8 as Williams retreats under a lot of pressure. Incomplete. And in fact, a sack. He was in the grasp and control of Eric Howard, and Williams can't believe the call as he removes his helmet.
Well, Eric Howard that time just blows by Jeff Bostic, the center of the Redskins, and it looked like they were confused.
Snap it for Cox, standing at his own 1-yard line. McConkey to receive. This time the snap is good, and the kick is high and relatively deep, and McConkey has it at the 43-yard line. He gets by Branch. He gets by another man. He's got a blocker out in front of him. He's inside the 30, and he's pulled out by Cox, the punter, at the 21. And the crowd goes wild. Giants at the 15-yard line. Simms, incomplete. Covering on the play was Marshall, intended for Bavaro. Almost got it on the ground.
That's a rusty pass route right there by a receiver who hasn't had a great deal of practice.
33-yard attempt to tie it by Allegre. Perfect. And so the Giants, who scored at the end of the first half, have added 10 here in the third quarter and have caught the Redskins with 3:55 to play in the third quarter. 13-13. Redskins 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. And they begin with Smith. Nothing doing there as Banks comes in to stop him for a loss of 1.
Better. I think it applies to that guy.
2nd and 11 from the 20. Williams goes to the 30-yard line, and a nice catch made there by Sanders, but he takes a shot, and a flag goes down. There's a flag back down at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, number 53, offense, still 2nd down.
Jeff Bostic, the center. Williams on a roll, 2nd and 21, stops, fires, and is lucky it's not picked off by Carson. Play is dead. 3rd and 21. Clark left, Monk and Sanders to the right, with Monk now in motion. The Clark side. And they keep it on the ground. Kelvin Bryant can get only 3.
Have these guys changed jerseys or what?
Scully snapping. Cox standing in the end zone. McConkey is at the 50 to receive. Good snap. Kick fielded by McConkey at the 47. And down he goes right there. 2nd and 10. Look out. Marshall decks Sims and creates the incomplete pass.
Well, that's a screen. That's a screen to that side, and when Wilbur comes on a blitz, somebody's got to tap him. Harried as much as he's been harried tonight.
On 3rd and 10. 5-man rush, and he finds the receiver at the 28-yard line. It's Odessa Turner making the catch for a 1st down. The punt return.
Yeah, punt return.
3rd and 8. Manuel. A flag is thrown. The play ends at the 13-yard line, and the back judge comes in with a marker. And it's not a call.
Holding, defense, decline.
Well, I guess we're not going to get a number on who the infraction was against.
Open all night.
I don't want that guy mad at me. That was Al Michaels.
2nd and 7 from the 10. Caught by Moat.
And taken
Loose
away
ball,
from Moat.
Taken away, and Washington has it.
Well, here's highlight film material. Here's highlight film material. Neil Olkowitz.
Oh, is it ever? He's never in on a pass.
2nd down and 8 from the 6-yard line. And this time Smith able to exploit the hole. Kennard makes the tackle out at the 19-yard line, and the Redskins now with some breathing room. Thirding the defensive line, Pepper Johnson showing blitz, but he backs off into pass coverage. And on 3rd and 9, Smith makes the catch. Great move on Hedden, picks up a 1st down. He left Andy Hedden hung out to dry and turns it into a 1st down. So instead of a punt, they've got 4 more plays. They send McEwen in motion. Bryant stays in the block. Williams has time. And Williams, after the 40-yard line, hits Don Warren, the safety valve, for a short gain. Monk comes in motion to Sanders' side. Monk stays in the block. And the pass for Clark, who's beaten his man off his fingertips. He'd gotten behind Mark Collins, but incomplete.
Inside their 5.
And a bouncing snap and a block kick. Picked up by Flynn, of all guys. He's used to this. Touchdown. Reasons with a block. Flynn picks it up, and Flynn is in again, as he did last opening night against Chicago a year ago. A touchdown off a punt block.
Bad snap. Set that sequence into motion.
To the right of the center, number 55, Gary Reasons. Takes it right off of Cox's foot. And Flynn, as Al said, is indeed used to this. And Al, can you believe, you and I had lunch yesterday and sat and talked about
the 13.
Again, Gary Reasons playing it smart, goes for the football, and Tom Flynn, the right man in the right place, a Monday night hero. Who can believe this? Up by
Monk in motion. And over the middle for Clark. And he's hit by Williams, but he has the 1st down out at the 42-yard line. One-on-one with Clark. And Monk goes in motion on 1st down from the 42. Let's see if Williams goes toward Clark. No, he goes underneath out at the 46-yard line to the tight end, Don Warren. Stopped by Carson and Johnson.
to get him out.
They got out of there fast. He's one of the fastest getting back to the bench.
Under 8 minutes to play. 2nd and 5. Williams hit by Johnson. Loose ball, live ball. Jim Burt with it. Jim Burt is in for the touchdown.
This stadium is going to go bananas. They love this guy.
Of all guys.
Give Pepper Martin the credit.
Oh, yeah.
Pepper Martin hit Doug Williams in the back and knocked the ball loose. And Jim Burt, with not the longest legs in the NFL, takes many steps to get to the end zone, but here's a look at it. At the top of your screen, look at Johnson spin to the outside and get around Jacoby. And watch these long legs turn to the end zone. Chop, 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 chop.
Ball.
My most memorable moment, it's kind of corny, but having my son at the Super Bowl and putting him on my shoulders and having him be there, and it was a great experience for me.
Well, that still might be number 1, but I think we've just seen number 2.
He was running like he still had his son on his shoulders.
Real cold. 2nd and 10. Williams firing to a wide open Monk, and he's down at the Giant 45-yard line.
Gotta know when to hold him and when to fold him.
2nd and 10. McEwen pays the price, and the mic is right there, and you all heard Adrian White.
Interception, block kicks. They've spread it around.
The odd plays. Williams goes deep. Clark wants a flag. He was covered by Collins, and Williams can't believe he doesn't see a flag. Play official. A judgment call. 4th and 3. Redskins have to go for it, and the pass is too high, and the Giants take over on downs.
Doing that handsome .4 average.
2nd and 8. Reverse. Manuel takes it from Morris. Sims is there to block, and at least he gets himself in front of Cook, and it turns out to be a first down. Olkowitz makes the tackle. 3 by then. Morris.
Oh, that's pretty.
To the 39. Stopped by Olkowitz.
They're going to be an 88.
2nd and inches. Morris. And a first down. And again, the Giants coming into tonight's game with basically not a lot to lose, because if they won the game, hey, bona fide Super Bowl contenders. Even had they lost, would at least look good. They could have said, well, you know, we're going to... On 3rd and 7, Joe Morris is stopped at the 27-yard line. The Redskins do not have a timeout. They used one earlier and 2 in this series. Grant makes the tackle, and the Giants can just watch more of the clock tick down. And the Giants on a 4th down now, 4th and 7, looking for the first down, which would in effect end the game, but no, Moat can't make the catch, and they'll turn it over on downs now to Washington without a timeout for the Redskins remaining.
When it counts.
Williams for a first down and trying to get out of bounds, but not able to, as Sanders. The Giants did a great job that time making sure, Collins amongst them, that he stayed in bounds.
Came to town.
Your first TV show, correct?
Yeah.
3rd and 3 from the 48-yard line. Williams has it knocked down. George Martin, there he is, unheralded and almost unannounced last year at the end of the season.
Football player and even a better human being.
4th and 3, and the limping Williams hits Kelvin Bryant. He has enough for the first down. Or the cross buck. To the far side, Sanders is out of bounds, stopping the clock with 45 seconds. First down at the 34.
Scouting combine.
2nd and 10.
Look out.
Pressure from behind, but he gets it off to Sanders down to the 23-yard line. Any publication,
any rebroadcast or any other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League is strictly prohibited. And
pass ahead. 2nd and 6. Williams for Bryant. And it ain't over yet as Kelvin Bryant scores. Has to go to the 45 now. And the kick actually comes to the 30-yard line and taken there by Kenny Hill, and he just runs out of bounds with it.
Super Bowl, and the Redskins, unfortunately, just pad that statistic a little more.
Well, we'll talk to you next Monday. Al Michaels with Frank Gifford, Dan Deerdorf saying good night from Giants Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the Giants beat Washington 27-20.